don't have the chat window up. What am I doing? Hey, Amanda Casada, how are you? Hey, Melissa Lee Hickman. Hey, Emily Williams. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Tina Charlie. Hi. Hey, Sean Cyclone. I see you're still working those unicorns. Work it out with that unicorn horn. Feeling a little horny, are we? Just sharing out 2 groups. Give me one moment, guys. I hope this isn't going to get me into Facebook jail. So far, it's been working okay, so we'll see. So for those of you that don't know, all the names that I just called out, I know you guys do know. But hey, Charlene Southey, how are you? The Triple H Hour is just an opportunity to pull cards for people that are maybe not feeling it or need a little insight, a little bit of help. Nothing too serious. I don't want like drama Dianes or, you know, Davids that are like coming in going, oh, I need so much help. I mean, I know we all suffer. Let's just face it, okay? And I'm not trying to make light of anybody's suffering, but the thing is the whole idea of the Triple H Hour is how can I help you hour? We are here to help each other out and lift ourselves up, bring the energy up, not bring it down. Okay, so for those of you that are coming in from the different chat rooms that I've shared to, keep that in mind as you enter into the room. Like, this is supposed to be a fun hour of uplifting stuff, not necessarily dragged down with the drama. We want to get away from that, right? That's the point, that's the point, that's the point. I need to get away from my own drama. I don't want to deal with yours too, for free. But if you want a private reading, you can certainly message me at my business page, and that can be discussed. But private readings are paid. So those of you that are out there booking free readings or looking for free readings, you get what you pay for. So I'm just saying that right there. So tonight is just supposed to be like little samplings, a little bit of fun, a little bit of joy, uplift our energy. I know that some of us have been going through it. I've been looking at the daily. Hey, Nancy Mobrian, how are you? Hey, Nate, how are you? Hey, Karen Maxwell Hagen and Christina Davis Buffkin and Isaac T. Akinleye. Good evening, brother. Hey, shut up, Andrew. Andrew's like, help. Shut up, Andrew. You're such a ding-dong. Hey, Mary Clunan, how are you? So that's the point of this right now, is just to have a little fun, not necessarily taking it all too seriously, pulling cards for people that might be feeling a little bit, you know, meh, a little bit stuck, a little bit like a movement of energy. Let's have some fun here, guys. And then one of you will get a Triple H reading at the end, which will be a head, heart, health, and, you know, overall energy reading. Will be 4 cards. Okay, that will be like the big reading that I'll give away at the end. So you guys will have to hang out and wait until that happens. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to take a list tonight. I'm just going to pick people randomly. And I know, hey, Mary Lyman, how are you? I'm going to pick people randomly. You used to be a ho-ho. Yeah, exactly, Andrew. And I think what I want to do is I want to go back to, I really need to open these too. I don't know if Karen's here, but I really need to unbox these soon. They're sitting here waiting. The sensual Wicca Tarot and the sensual goddess. Because every one of us has a sensual goddess inside. We just need to let her out once in a while. So I need to do unboxings of these, but I just want to really do these justice. So one day we will be pulling cards from these, and oh my god, is that going to be an awful show. It's going to be a mess, but I can't wait. So they are sitting here on my table. I just need to do the unboxing. Hey, good, I'm glad. Hey, Black Tree, how are you? How did the, are you doing the convalescent work? Did it work out? Yes, the dirty decks. So, so that's what I'm going to do. I want to give cards to, I know, Mary Lyman. Even though I think I gave one to Mary the last time, didn't I? Mary, did I do you the last time? Did I do you the last time, Mary? Hey, Kathy Casale, how are you? Hey, April Henderson, sensual. Can you say sensual in a deep throaty voice? It makes it a lot more fun. Some deep throated drag queen voice. Hi. With just a slight lisp. Just slight, ever so slight. Anyways, I want to bring back Ethereal Visions. I miss that tarot deck. Does anybody care if I use that for tonight? It's such a soft and pretty deck. You have such a soft and pretty deck. I hear that all the time. Alright. So I kind of want to bring back the Ethereal Tarot. It's Ethereal Visions. If you guys don't mind me working with this tonight to pull cards. Ooh, I got a little head rush there. I think you guys do like soft and pretty decks. Whoa. Back your energy off, people. Whoa. What else do I want? I want Moonology tonight. Fuck this. We're gonna fuck around tonight. Let's look at some Moonology cards. You guys, I'll pick 3 decks, and the people that I read for, you're not going to give me a subject tonight. We'll make it a little bit different. Tonight, you guys will give me not a subject. You'll get to pick the deck that I read from, okay? That's how it'll work. How does that sound? So, you don't get to pick the subject matter. I just pick a card from the deck, and I tell you what I see, and you apply it to your life, versus people bringing me their problems, like, all right? We're going to do it that way. We're going to do it the other way. Which deck works for you? Which is the best deck for you? So, we got Moonology, which is all going to be about moon phases and stuff, right? So that might be your lunar cycles, right? That's actually my stripper name is Lunar Cycles. Welcome to the stage, Lunar Cycles. I do think my next stripper name is going to be Coronavirus, though. And then we have the Ethereal Visions and Illuminated Tarot deck. This is an Oracle deck, okay? This is a Tarot deck. And then I'm going to do Work Your Light, too, because I was digging Work Your Light a little bit. Hold on, let me get it out of the bookshelf. 1 second. Ah, come on. Oh, shit. Knocking things over. All right. So, or Work Your Light by Rebecca Campbell. I love this deck. We worked with this all last month, and it was some really beautiful stuff in here. It's more like starseedy energy and weird, but I feel like it's kind of a mixture of Moonology. Both of these are Oracle decks, and this is our Tarot deck. And then tonight, for the Triple H reading, I'll use from the normal decks that we do, pull from. 1 second. So we've got, where are they? Shania Twain. Where is it? Damn it. What? Hold on 1 second. I need my right deck. Where are you? Ah, here we go. Okay, that's head, heart, and health. All right. So I've got that set up. Oh, wait, and I need the vibrational energy deck. Where's that? There we go. Okay. All right, so that's ready for the final reading tonight. Yes, Moon, work my light. Okay, Nate is feeling it. All right, so I'm gonna do, line up, ladies. I'm gonna do, God, I'm just trying to keep my energy high. I've been sort of like, I don't know, bummed out and just miserable the last few days. They're getting ready to start tearing up my front yard. It's no bueno. So, and it was whatever. I'm trying to shift my energy. So, I want to pull a card for Mary Lyman, for Lisa Vanderhelm for sure. And then we'll see where we go from there, okay? So, Lake, you're throwing your hat in. I've never read a card for you, Lake, so hang out, okay? I want it, because you attend the morning forecast every morning, Lake, so you'll get a card. I don't want to take a full-on list, so let me just write down these names, because I'm a forgetful old lady. All right, so we're doing Mary real quick. Mary, Lisa, because Lisa sent me a little birthday present. It was really sweet of her, and she didn't have to, and so I want to give her a card. Plus, I know she's been sort of in some periods of change. And then we'll do Lake, because Lake attends the morning forecast every morning and is always there, and I know she's right along with us in the forecast. The attempt here is to try and shift the energy. So Mary, if you could tell me what deck, hi Taylor Prisby, how are you? Can you tell me what deck you want me to read from? Thank you, Tina Charlie. Your birthday might be coming up too, Tina. You're a Pisces like me. Ducky Simmons is here. Pick me, she says, as she flashes her tits like it's the goddamn New Orleans. So, Mary, what cards do you want read? And Ducky, if you want a card, you know you can always have one. Taylor, you're a Pisces too? God, I got a lot of fishes swimming in my sea. I'll try and get to you guys, but like, let's see. If your name hasn't been called, guys, like Mary Clunan and stuff, yeah, exactly, back off. If your name hasn't been called. don't be calling out which deck you're picking from. If I haven't called your name, guys, then you're not getting a card just yet. I've got 3 names that we got to work through first. So let me see. Where is Mary? I haven't seen Mary Lyman. That's why, because when people start throwing out their decks and they haven't even been called, I can't see the actual people I've picked. Oh, Karen's here. Karen, I want to pull a card for you too, because I know that you've been feeling this retrograde. So, hey Renee, how are you? Mary Clunan. Don't be mad, Sean Cyclone, with your huffy little unicorn you. The Carrot Cake deck. Alright, so for those of you that are coming in late, this is what we're doing. We're not talking about problems tonight. I don't want to hear your subject matter. You get a choice. You get the Work Your Light deck, which is an oracle deck. You get a card from the Moonology deck. You've got to pick one deck. Or the Ethereal Visions Tarot. Okay? You have to pick the deck. You don't get to tell me the problem. I'll shuffle the deck and give you a card and talk about it. That's it. We're not talking problems. We're talking fun. We're talking solutions here, people. So where is Mary? I don't see Mary. I know she was here. And I don't see her speaking up now. Hey, Nancy Lowe. But my Pisces will get sort of, since it's Pisces season, my Pisces that wait around the room will get, like Taylor, Tina Charlie, who's the other one that just called out that she was a Pisces? Somebody else. It wasn't, who was it? Next. All right, Mary, are you here? She might be at work, so she might be watching from work. I'm gonna have all of these boxes everywhere. All right, well, maybe we'll get back to Mary. Hey, Blessing from North Wales. Thank you, Denise. Denise, if your name hasn't been called, don't be picking on a deck. Julia, your daughter's a Pisces. That's awesome. They're the best. So, Mary, Lisa Vanderhelm, are you here? Can you comment, please? Lisa Vanderhelm. Christina Dawn, she's here! Lisa, are you here, dear? Oh my god, I lost everybody from the beginning of the feed. The people that I oh, thank you, DL. Thank you. I love that your name is DL, E-L-L-E, and D-E-E, D-L, like down low, like you're on the down low. That's a great drag name, actually. I'm on the DL. All right, all right, Lisa, what deck do you want? Sorry, my nose is running. I've been having like allergies all day. I think spring is here, and I don't like the cedar trees around here. The moon deck. All right, awesome, Lisa. Thank you for speaking up. All right, so let's see what's in for Lisa Vanderhelm with the moon deck. And then Lake, you'll be next, and then I'll pick somebody after that. There is no list tonight. I'm just trying to go name by, or like person by person. So this is for Lisa Vanderhelm. And then the next person will be Lake. And then after that, I'll pick somebody new. And those of you, don't lose hope. At the very end will be the Triple H reading, which is the sort of the big reading. So if you don't get picked right out for a card, you might get the big reading, which is probably the better deal. All right, Lisa, here's your card. I'm going to flip cameras really quick. Okay. You've got North Node, dear. All right, do you see that? It says step out of your comfort zone. So I feel like this is exactly what you're kind of doing with this move, Lisa. I know that you're moving. I know that you've been talking about your move. And so it's sort of, this is like a real obvious card to me, which is actually a good thing because it's going to allow me to move on. But what this says to me is there's a self-assuredness to this stepping out of your comfort zone. Like you can trust this. Your North Node to me is always like, yeah, I think about true north, you know, and like sort of following our true north, and we'll never go wrong. There's like a clear trajectory here in this card. And if we follow our north node, I believe it's our north node that is our soul's calling in a way. So it represents sort of like what our soul wants. If I'm correct about that, it's either it's the north or the south node, but tonight we're gonna say it's the north node. Your soul will not lead you wrong. It's okay to step out of your comfort zone. It's okay to sort of move forward without necessarily always having the answers, right? That's sort of these clouds that might be down here. But I love that there's this clarity even in the darkness, this purple and then this dark night sky. We can find our way through sort of the darkness in a way, right? Or the unknown, if that makes any sense. And if we follow that north node and kind of listen to that voice within us, that is our deeper, sort of more soul-centered self, our higher self, so to speak, we can step out of our comfort zone with a little bit of ease and grace and move forward in very profound ways. So that is your message for tonight, my dear. Don't stress, don't worry, don't focus on the things that aren't working. Step out of your comfort zone, challenge yourself, which I know you probably already are, and move forward with sort of confidence, even if you don't have all of the answers right now. It's gonna be okay. The north node is guiding you, so do not worry. It's like your true north, okay? Thank you, Jessica Raymer. She says those cards are beautiful. All right, so the next person is Lake. Are you here? Hey, Rachel, welcome. Carbajal, I hope I said that right. Hey, Meredith Tessin, or Tewson. April Henderson, thank you very much for that beautifully said. Karen, oh, you're up after Lake, Karen. I promised you a card. You want your light worked? All right, Lake. We're going to work your light with the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. So let's see what it has to say for you. I have decks all over my desk. It's crazy. Let me move that over so I have some space to shuffle, because I have too many decks everywhere. Never thought that would be a problem. And let's see here. What does the Work Your Light want to say to Lake Trustland? What information does Lake need to move forward? Dance with life. Do something to change your energy. Bitch! Woo! So, they are telling us tonight, step out of your comfort zone, dance with life, do something to change your energy. Again, this is very similar in theme, like to stepping out of your comfort zone. I love how we have these two women sort of like just feeling their oats and spinning around, enjoying ourselves. Probably, to me, I look at this as kind of like dancing with our own spirit, like getting our mental self or our mental emotional self to sort of blend with that of our like higher spiritual self, this more faded woman. Do you see how she's sort of more faded in the background there? Her hair's not as dark. And so it's like the blending of those two energies to kind of bring forth like new opportunities, this doorway. And then the moon would represent like the coming in of our intuition, which is going to inspire us more. Sometimes I like to put on music that I find to be inspiring. It helps me to get out of my way. So when this says dance with life, you can literally like turn on some music and get your groove on in your house, and that will shift your energy. I've found that. Like today, this song, hold on, I'm gonna go get the song. Watch this is so stupid. I'm gonna go get this song for you guys to play. I was feeling kind of down. Hold on, I'm gonna open up YouTube one moment. I was feeling down and I was playing with the dogs outside, and this song played on my hold on one second.
Seriously injured in a truck wreck? Don't let
Need that. Oh, that commercial's the best though. Jim Adler, the hammer. He's like screaming at you the whole time. Okay. So this song, you guys listen to this song later. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna put it into the chat. Wait, did that work? There we go. This song is sort of ridiculous on YouTube, but it played today and it totally shifted my energy and it made me dance around with the dogs in the yard, and that made me feel a whole lot better. And that was my version of dancing with life, right? That was me being able to do something to change my energy, which made me come in here and sort of film the video that I left in the Engelgeist group, reminding people that, you know, we are having a tough time with this retrograde, but we don't have to be stuck in it the complete and total time. We can be in acceptance of where we're at, but we don't have to sort of like allow it to beat us down, right? This says to me that we can dance and play in that energy. There is freedom and opportunity in it. And we can like sort of connect with ourselves and appreciate ourselves even when we're having a hard time. Do you know this song, Ducky? I just thought it was hilarious, that song. Like, and I was out there like dancing to it and with the dogs, and it was perfect. All right, so that's your card, Lake. Karen, what deck do you want me to use? And then I'll start picking people from the crowd. Because I did promise Karen a card too. The song is rather ridiculous, but it's great. You're welcome, Lake. Don't stand on the threshold, girl. Just move your way through, dance your way through that threshold. That's what Lake's saying. She says, standing on the threshold of all of this. Thank you, Dan. And it's like, I want her to, Lake is watching over on YouTube right now. Work your light for Karen. All right. I want you to dance your way through that damn threshold, Lake. We all deserve to dance our way through lives and through our lives, and we forget that. Myself included. I've been forgetting it too. And I need to remember that even though things aren't exactly as how I may want them, I can get them to a place where I can certainly enjoy them as they are, right? I don't have to sit there and like be in a funk. And I think that sometimes we might match each other's energy, and because we're all feeling it at the same time, it almost perpetuates it. We almost accept it. And I want us to like bump that energy, not accept it. Pisces Mercury retrograde does not have to like serve us so much sort of emotional, psychic heaviness, right? We can also have the blessings that come along with Pisces. So let's see what Karen's card is. Wow. I love this card. I've never seen this card before. Awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Karen, girl, where are you going? Look at her being lifted up into the sky. Look at her listening to her intuition with that moon there. To me, this is about being guided. To me, this is about being sort of just released from whatever is going on for you. This awakening is kind of like realizing that you don't have to struggle anymore. Allowing yourself to just be sort of carried by your spirit, by your guides, by your God, whatever, wherever your own soul, wherever that resides for you, allowing that to sort of carry you through. I love that this says upgrade, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. I think we're turning a corner, guys. These cards make me feel like things are shifting. And so, Karen, I want you to take that and like sort of ease into that and allow that to happen. You deserve it. I love how like she's in repose, like she sort of looks like she's sleeping to me. So you might even be receiving these upgrades through rest. You know, as you rest and as you care for yourself and be gentle with yourself, you're actually doing more than you realize. So keep that in mind for the next few days, especially as we enter out of this retrograde. Okay, and I love that white mini, girl. It's awfully small for a nightie. I'm just saying. All right, so let's pull that down. There's Karen. Now let me pick somebody. You're working on it, Karen. Work harder. Hey, Tammy, how are you? So, let's see here. Where are Taylor Prisby? I know you're Pisces. Taylor, what deck do you want? Hey Tina, I see that you're commenting on Empowered Empaths. Can you, I'm not seeing your comments in my window because I'm on a multi-streaming platform, Tina Voss. So if you can try and find yourself into maybe from the business page, then I can see what you're saying, dear. Taylor Prisby, I need you to pick a, thank you, Ellen Jansen. I need you to pick a deck. Either the Moon deck, the Ethereal Visions Illuminated Tarot, the Work Your Light. Okay, perfect, Taylor. Okay, so Taylor's is align your life. What is not aligned or needs to change. So to me, this card feels a bit, I mean, it's called Align Your Life, so I'm going to say this, Taylor. Things maybe feel a little bit out of whack for you right now, but I don't want you to focus on the out of whackness. I feel like that's sort of the question is what is what is not aligned or needs to change? But I want you to focus on more of the positive. To me, this card is very blue and sort of, it's got a darkness to it that I feel like I want you to not accentuate, especially you being a Pisces. And in this Pisces Mercury retrograde, your communication might be a little bit off, or you might not be able to sort of figure stuff out right now during this retrograde. So I would say be kind to yourself, slowly to kind of put the pieces back together, right? Of whatever feels like it's not sort of lining up and working right. To me, this feels like there might be some sort of confusion that's going on for you, something that you're sort of stuck on and that you can't seem to solve or figure out. Maybe give it a break or let it go, only for a little while. And if you step away from it, I feel like it might actually line itself up, and these pieces of her will come back together. Does that make sense? So whatever it is that you're kind of mulling over, struggling with, I feel like you need to maybe step back from and allow like some semblance of faith, like some of the faith that we've been seeing in the other cards, allow some of that faith in to allow you to sort of receive the answers that you're like kind of struggling with. To me, there feels like there's this effort that's going on, like you're trying really hard to find the answers, and I can relate to that. Certainly, I do that myself, but this might be like almost taking your attention off the problem altogether and then giving yourself a few days to just allow the answer to come, and you might find that there might be easier alignment. Does that make sense? Good, things are all working out for you. Hey, Jen Nichols, how are you? Christina Davis Buffkin's the other Pisces. All right, Christina. Good, let it go. And it will align your life. I feel like alignment is coming. Christina Davis, what deck do you want me to pull for you for? Hey, Joe Rune, how are you? Yeah, let it go for right now, Taylor. I have a feeling that that's a temporary, like, sort of confusion that you've got going on. If you just sort of step back and stop trying to figure it out, it's going to help you to align it back up. You want me to pick for you? I want to do the Moonology deck for you since you just had a birthday, okay? Or maybe I'm going to do Ethereal Visions because nobody's asked for that deck yet. And I love this deck. So we're going to use the Ethereal Visions for you. Let's see what Christina Davis Buffkin wants to know. Needs to know, actually, I should say. Hey, Emily Nielsen. Welcome. You guys, please hit the like button. Share the video out. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. There's Clueless Cam. Thank you very much. see what Christina Davis Buffkin needs to know. So you have the Judgment card. So this is the major arcana. I have to say this, Christina, as I was shuffling your cards, it felt a little bit like the energy felt a little clunky in the shuffle. I don't know if something's going on for you, if you're feeling sort of maybe a little bit stuck or like you're struggling a little bit. To me, it felt like there was a little bit of resistance or push going on in the cards, a heaviness to the cards. And when I get this Judgment card, this feels a little bit like there's a struggle going on, right? Like we're trying to get there. We know that we've been in better places. We know that we felt better in the past. And the reason why I say this is I'm looking at these sort of bodies reaching up to this sort of idea of who you once were. Not who you once were, but this woman up here, to me, even though she's sort of like judging these souls that are coming up, right? That's sort of the artwork in the card. To me, this feels like the old Christina. Right? We don't feel like our old self, and we're judging ourselves for it on some level. And I feel like this is sort of the different aspects of you, or the different parts of you. This could be like your mind, your body, and your spirit all struggling to kind of get back to this place of where you used to be, right? Or who you used to be. And I think that this being a major arcana card, this period right now has a big, how do I want to put this? I don't want to call it a lesson, but there's a big shift, a big awareness that's about to take place through this judgment that you might be having on yourself, right? I think that some of this has to do with, I don't know why, but I want to say like almost not acknowledging yourself or allowing yourself to just be as you are in the present time, maybe being a little bit critical of yourself right now. And you're also, to me, this woman up here in the sky feels like this memory that you're trying to get back to that you're kind of maybe not anymore. And it's like, I think that these three components, like to me, these are representing as the mind, body, and the spirit, need to come together in the now, in the present moment, and appreciation needs to take place now for who you are now, where you're at now. And as you do that, like a new sort of you is created. Does that make sense? Thank you, Pat, for sharing. I think you're in actually a better place than you're allowing yourself to be, if that makes any sense. Like I feel like this Judgment card feels to me that there is sort of like this judgment that you've maybe placed on where you're at or what's going on in your life, and you're feeling bad and you're like, oh, it's not like how it used to be. Or I'm not handling how I used to handle it, right? And so I think that what you need to do, or what this card's calling out, is saying that there's some real good learning to be had right now during this period, even though it might feel a little bit struggling. But there's actually a really, there's almost a strengthening or an awareness that's going to come when these three come together and you start to appreciate yourself in this present moment. You're going to be really surprised by how much you gain out of this period where you've sort of have I don't know, like struggled or been challenged. It does make absolute sense. Okay, good. Thank you, Christina. You're feeling it too, Taylor Bailey Watts? I know we all are. It's this damn retrograde. But I'm trying to get us out of it. So that's what I'm trying to say is like, even though this looks like a heavy card or this has got a bit of an energy to it, there's an opportunity to be had here. The opportunity is to sort of become more aware of who we are in the present moment and accept that. And once we get to that acceptance and get out of that judgment, we're able to then embrace that and create a new appreciation of who we are in the present moment. Mary, I offered you a card and you disappeared. So Mary Lyman, you need to pick a deck. Which deck do you want your card from? I offered you one at the beginning and then you disappeared. I called your name 14 times. Thank you. Welcome. I'm Samantha Alicia. You're welcome, Christina. Happy birthday, dear, to my fellow Pisces. Is Tina Charlie also here? So Mary, you need to pick a deck. Andrew says 15 times. Yeah, you were stuffing your face, Mary. Exactly. Andrew counted. I'll pick. All right, I'm going to do Moonology for Mary since you're stuck in a rut. Let's get you out of that damn rut. Quit talking about that fucking rut, Mary. We all have to quit talking about our ruts. That's the problem here. We're all commiserating in these daily forecasts going, oh, help! Oh, this is so awful. Oh. I'm doing it too, you guys. I'm just as guilty. So it's time to like shit or get off the pot is kind of how I feel. Like we need to eat that gingerbread man. And we don't want to give him a name either, Mary. He'll haunt us for the rest of the month if we give him a nickname. All right, so you got conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse, Mary. Boom. All right, Mary, there's no hiding behind this. Full moon eclipse means like the light of like the darkness is being like the light and the darkness is being shown down. You're going to have to find the answers. No more sitting around and feeling sorry. Yes, there's a forest in the way. Yes, there's challenges ahead. But you've got this, right? You've got this strength to do this. You have the strength to sort of like push your way through. Find your way through the forest, through the darkness. Use your own intuition. Use your own knowledge base. Stop underestimating yourself. Stop putting it out to your environment and going like, oh, the woods are too thick. The night is too dark. I can't see. Bullshit. Conclusions are within reach, my dear. And I say this with love, okay? But you can't be looking around at everything that's not working and sitting in that misery and then expecting things to change for the better. It is perfect for her right now, isn't it, Tammy? Tammy's over. Mary, just so you know, Tammy's over on YouTube watching right now. For those of you that are watching on Empowered Empaths, you guys, I can't see your comments. If you could get to the original video somehow. Because I'm on a multi-streaming platform, I see that you guys are getting, you guys are commenting on Empowering Empaths, and I don't know why that group is not showing me the comments. So you may have to go through to the business page or click the original video and come through to the business page so I can see your guys' cards. You paid for your ticket today, Mary? Good. This is conclusions are within reach. Then good. That's what this is about. And yes, these trees and stuff doesn't say that it's not going to be challenging, right? It's not going to be like a little bit maybe scary at times, but there's this guidance of this deep full moon eclipse that is like trying to show you like we've got this. You just got to come through this last hurdle. Speak life, Terry Bailey Watts says. So I want you to like carry this with you for the next few days and especially through the end of this retrograde and utilize this power to get yourself through this and get yourself out of the rut. Quit looking at the rut. Look at what you've got. Look at the strength that you have for getting yourself out of that rut. Look at the strength of how long you've been struggling to get out of there and you finally bought your ticket. That's huge, Mary. That's great. Pull that trigger, girls, Tammy says. The moon is waiting on you. All right, so let me see. Ducky, do you want a card? I see your YouTube comments, Heidi. I see you saying, I see the YouTube comments. Sean Cyclone says, all of these cards have spoken to me tonight. I love that they have, Sean. I think we need this tonight, guys. I've been stuck in, I don't want to focus on the rut. I'm not going to focus on the rut. Hold on. I'm going to change cameras really quick. I am not focusing on my rut. I'm going to focus on my butt. But here's the thing. I've been feeling it too. I'm not going to lie. And so I wanted to have fun where we focus on the fact that we can get ourselves out of this. We can find our way out of this. We are strong, beautiful, capable individual souls with so much magic within us. And at times I say this to you guys, and then there's times in my life where I don't even believe it myself for myself. And I forget it and I get really off track. And I've been really off track the last few, God, I would say even maybe a week, maybe longer. It's been stressful, let's just say that. So I want you guys to know that I understand, because a lot of people have been messaging me and saying, oh, it's stressful for you too. And I certainly have things in my outside environment that are pushing me in different directions, right? Or making me feel stressed, anxiety, whatever. But it doesn't mean that I have to like sort of always be in it. I have to take every chance to kind of go after getting myself to a better place. I really believe that, and I forget that when I get so caught up in it. So tonight is about not being caught up, looking for the solution. How can I help you out? How can we help each other bump our energy up and move? Because if we just focus on that one thing that is working, we open the door for all of that other stuff to come through, right? So, okay, I'm going to go look for another song that played today that I'm going to play for you guys. I wish I could play it in the chat, but I would get in trouble. Let me see. Hold on. I'm going to find this for you guys, because this sort of made sense. My music was really giving me... it was giving me life today in the car. So I am going to find you a lyric video. You guys can watch this later. I'm not going to let you guys hear it. Hold on 1 second. I will pop it in the chat. Let me see here. Okay. What's going on here? Okay. So this one felt really good. It's called Inspired. You guys can look at that and listen to that. I really liked it. And it kind of was helping me to shift my energy. So was Voulez-Vous by ABBA. I was dancing in the kitchen, feeding the dogs to that. And I'll do whatever it takes. I don't give a shit. I have no shame. All right. So, all right, so let's see. Tina Charlie's here. So Tina Charlie, which I know when I've picked cards from others, it usually resonates. Tina, which card do you want? Because you're a fellow Pisces. Where do you want? Which deck do you want from? Do you want Moonology? Do you want Work Your Light? Or do you want the what is it called? Ethereal Visions. I always want to call it Illuminated Visions. I can pick. I feel like for you it's Work Your Light tonight. So let's work Tina's light. What does Tina need to know about working her light? I have to be honest, I was kind of bummed. I had my birthday and I was all by myself. I was such a miserable Mary. I mean, not Mary, but not you, Mary. But I was a little bit sad. I saved it in the end. Like, towards the end of the night, I was okay. But during the day, I felt rather sorry for myself. I had an open house. I had to leave my house with my dogs. And go sit in a parking lot at the grocery store for 2 hours because I had nowhere to go in town with 3 dogs. There's no dog park here. I live out in the country, so there's no real need for a dog park. But I was just feeling really down on myself on my birthday. It kind of sucked, right? And so I had to like really rally and like meditate, and in the evening like kind of get my shit together. Because I was like, oh, I'm all by myself. But, you know, stuff happens for a reason. So, let's see what's going on with Tina. I'm going to switch cameras really quick. Here's your card, Tina. You've got protection. Call back your power. Cut the cords. Soul retrieval. So I'm going to say this. Whatever you are giving yourself to that is not working for you, you need to stop. If your like thoughts or your feelings are feeling down or bad, dark, heavy, it's time to sort of pull yourself back from that. I love this circle of women, right? To me, this is like you and then your spirit guides behind you kind of forming this circle of power. And I think that you can do that at any point in time and call in that protection, call in your angels, call in your guides, and have them bring that love and that sort of security back to you. You can also bring your energy back from situations, right? Anywhere where a situation feels like it's invalidated you, or maybe giving you trouble or strife, worry, anxiety, you can kind of pull your energy back from that situation and cut those cords, those attachments that you may have to them. If things aren't working, if you're like worried about finances, you got to pull your worry back. You have to sort of, like, I love how she has her arms crossed where she can't see. Do you see that? To me, it's kind of like we maybe have to pick and choose what we're going to look at, what we're going to give our attention to at this point in time. It's important for our own protection, our own safety, our own, well-being at this time. And so keep that in mind while you're doing that. And do that from a place of power. There is a definite like power to this card that I feel like you have that you may not be acknowledging. So utilize that power and allow yourself dominion in your space to protect your own space and not allow sort of the bullshit in. If bullshit is seeping in or getting in and getting under your skin and annoying you, don't let it. Because it only ties you to that situation even further. Okay? Wait, what are you saying, Tammy? Specifically Arthur, but I promised not to tell him. Oops, my bad. I'm missing the comments, guys. Hey, Tammy Chirasso, how are you? Shirley Ahart, I see you saying, do you see my messages? But I don't see... I'm kind of unclear on what's going on. I think I missed a couple of messages. I see before that, Tammy's saying before that, but I'm not sure what you're referencing, guys. I missed, because I was busy, reading the card, so I wasn't paying attention to the chat. I was looking at the design of the card. You're welcome, Shirley Ahart. Cindy Miller, you want a card? All right, I'll pull a card. What deck do you want, Cindy? Cindy Miller, what deck do you want? You need to pick one of the decks, either the Illuminated Vision, Ethereal Visions, Tarot, Moonology, or Work Your Light. Welcome, Brittany. Welcome, Shirley. Welcome, Amanda. Oh, check my PayPal. Tammy, what are you up to? Oh, shit. Oh, Tammy! Thank you. You didn't have to do that. Thank you. It's very needed, but thank you very much. Wait, hold on. I lost Cindy. Work Your Light. Okay. And then Brittany Cardinal, since you want one from Work Your Light, I'm going to give you both one. So give me one moment, okay? Cindy Miller. What does she need to know to work her light? Here's Cindy's card. And then 1 second, we're going to do Brittany Cardinal. I'm going to pull 2 cards at once just to see what's going on here. Brittany Cardinal, what does she need to know to work her light? You're welcome, Tina. Heidi Phillips, give me one moment, okay? All right, so this is for Brittany. It's Brittany, bitch. All right, so we're gonna go back to Cindy Miller's card. Cindy Miller, you have Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, mystic, teacher. Let me look at this for a moment. I feel like this says to me that you have to be the strong one for everybody. And I feel like that is actually a blessing, right? And the reason why I feel like this is a blessing is this light here, right? But we see all of these pillars on either side, and that's the thing that gives the strength. I love that she has this sort of crown of knowing, or this halo around her in the art. And to me, this feels like you are sort of the supportive one in your environment for others, right? And you need to embrace that or acknowledge that, because you might not actually get that acknowledgement from other people. I kind of get the feeling that maybe people come to you with their problems and you support them, and then maybe they kind of disappear on you. And this card to me feels like it's telling you to acknowledge how strong you are, how supportive you are of others, how supportive you are of the other, I would even say females in your life, like girlfriends, sisters, daughters, wherever the female energy is in your life, because this is a very feminine empowered card. But there's this priestess, mystic, teacher. I think just by being who you are, you actually show people how to be better. And there's a beauty and a strength in that, Cindy. If you feel like your ass is falling off, this card is telling you, get your ass back on. You've got this, girl. And if you don't, and you are aware of how strong you are, relish in that and own that and know that. That's this white light around her head here. This halo is like her crown. She's emanating that sort of white knowledge, that awareness of who she is and her power. All right, so Brittany Cardinale, here's yours. Trust your path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? So that's just a question to ask yourself. When I look at this, it feels to me like you've been wandering around, maybe not really knowing which way to go, not really making a decision, probably hesitating on a lot of different things. When I look at this card, it feels to me like at this point you need to sort of pick a lane and stick in it. Make your decision, trust your path, trust yourself, and move forward. The door is right there, girl. Like, walk through it. Get yourself there. You can do it, is what I want to say here. Instead of like, don't quit playing what ifs with this. This card makes me feel like you've been kind of not taking responsibility or not really making a clear, concise decision about something. And in doing that, you've maybe not, I don't want to say wasted time, but you've kind of puttered away some time, and it's time to sort of move forward. And you know it. You've been knowing it for a while. And you're kind of, I feel like, where this card to me feels like this, there's an empowerment here. It feels like here you need to sort of acknowledge your own ability and move forward now. You're welcome, Cindy. If you guys would like the business page, I'd greatly appreciate it. Give me a like, a share, go over to YouTube and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'd greatly appreciate that. Sean Cyclone says, yes. Stop being in the what ifs, Brittany. Pick a lane, trust your path, go after it. The question here is if you knew you would be supported, what would you do, girl? If you knew you were supported, which you are, and you can support yourself, you don't need outside source support, what would you do? How would you do it? All right, so let's pull those down. Yas, says Sean Cyclone. All right. Thanks, Charlene Southey. Would you like a card? No, I'm not done yet, Ashley Odone. I know I said that wrong. I'm so sorry, Ashley. All right, Charlene Southey, would you like a card? April Henderson. I'm going to do you guys from the Moonology deck. All right, here's Charlene Southeast. Let me shuffle for April Henderson. Hey, Soam T. I'm just pulling random cards for people. This is for April Henderson. Okay, April Henderson. All right, let's see what's going on for, is it Charlene Southey? Yes, Charlene Southey. Your card is Surrender to the Divine, Full Moon. Girl, what is on your plate? When I say surrender to the divine, I get this feeling when I'm looking at this. It feels to me like you are totally paying attention to the lack rather than the abundance that is in your life. To me, this full moon feels like there is so much going on for you and you're not acknowledging it. And that this card to me says that it's asking you to sort of open up and look at that from a more like open perspective, if that makes any sense, right? Like instead of focusing on what's missing in your life or what's not working, focus on what is, because there is a lot that is working. The full moon is always about sort of, to me, abundance and, you know, the brightest light of the night. So even if it feels like you're in a dark period right now, I want you to utilize this light of this bright full moon to be thankful for the things that you do have. As you do that and you surrender to those things and you start to look at those things, you start to realize that those are divine gifts. More of that can flow into you. More of that can like sort of come into your experience. More of that can like sort of be created for you from the divine. And when you surrender to that, that's the abundance of the full moon, right? The creation of the full moon, the power of the full moon. So if you're empowering, and this full moon power to me also, I want to say, if you're looking at only what's broken or what's lacking, you're going to only sort of create more lack or only see the lack. And then, you know, you sort of end up with more and more lack. So I feel like this is like a call from your guides, from God, whatever you want to call it. It's saying you need to start looking at what is full in your life, what is good in your life, what is abundant in your life, and create from there. All right, Charlene. So this is for April Henderson. April Henderson, the energy is gaining momentum. Waxing moon. So I love how pink this card is, first off, I want to say. To me, there's a healing process here. This is definitely like heart-centered to me. It feels like there's something going on in your heart. Maybe you're recovering from a hurt heart situation or some pain in your heart. In your heart chakra, like maybe a broken heart. And to me, it feels like you're starting to come back from that. You're starting to get back to normal. You're starting to feel better. Yeah, there's an opportunity here that you need to, similar to this card where it's like, look at the abundance, you need to also acknowledge sort of what is coming your way, what is starting to build, the strength that you're gaining back. And live in that place and allow that energy to sort of build and build and build. Right? And as you do that, the healing will sort of progress. We see these purple colors turning and turning and turning until they get to this beautiful pink. And we have only this sliver of the moon, but we're trying to get back for you in this beautiful pink, but back to this full moon. You're a little bit further away with this waxing sliver of moon, but you're getting back to yourself. So allow that energy, acknowledge the sort of the strides you have made in your own healing, and continue to allow that to sort of gain momentum and to grow. Yes, and April Henderson says, woohoo, yes, a lot of anger and hurt has been let go. That's what this says, and the energy will continue to sort of build, and you'll be able to let go of more and more and like almost shed it off in layers. Yes, Jessica Raymer says it's like a new day dawning and covering the world in that soft pink hope. Exactly. All right, so Jess Raymer, I know that you were here since like way early in the thing, so I'm going to give you the Triple H, I think. Just because I don't want to, what about Florence Henderson? I don't know what you're talking about. Hey, Casey, how are you, dear? Heidi Phillips is here too. I have to do a card for Heidi Phillips. Casey, do you want a card, dear? You're welcome, April Henderson. So Jess Raymer, hold on for a second, okay? I'm going to give you the Triple H, but I'm going to do a card for... I'm going to do a card for... Casey, do you want a card? And then I'll do a card for... yeah, okay, one for Casey, I see that. And then... who was the other person? Heidi Phillips. Is she still watching me over on YouTube? Heidi, are you still there, dear? I'm going to shuffle for Casey Ray and let Heidi respond. What does Casey need to know? Casey, I gotta say, this deck feels a little tense. It's okay. It just feels, the energy feels dense on it right now. Let me see what's going on here for you. It's funny, it lightened up right out. So that's your card. Is Heidi Phillips? Okay, Heidi Phillips is still here. So let me knock this really quick and do Heidi's card too. So that's Casey's card up on the board. And then we're getting Heidi Phillips. What does Heidi Phillips need to know? Why do I feel like I want to say to you, stop being so serious, Heidi? Because I'm shuffling this deck. Alright, so here's Heidi's card. Alright, so I'm going to start with Casey. Let's see what Casey Ray's card is. Ooh, the High Priestess. Girl. Alright, so the High Priestess is all about intuition and secrets, right? There's a power to her. She is Major Arcana. This is about holding true to what you know to be true, girl. And what you know to be, like, your truth, most importantly. You do not need to answer to anyone right now. So if there's anything that's frustrating in your life or any sort of things that are, like, on your nerves right now, the High Priestess, she kind of holds back. She doesn't necessarily share everything that she has to say because she doesn't need to, right? Because she's the fucking High Priestess as far as I'm concerned. She's holding this, it kind of looks like toast to me, but I know it's a book. It looks like toast. I guess I'm hungry. To me, she's holding this book, like this is her book of secrets. This is like, she knows what she knows, right? She has the moon behind her. She has the power of her intuition behind her, the power of her own knowing. She is in charge. She is aware. She is empowered. She cannot be messed with. And she doesn't need to prove it. That's the thing. With the High Priestess, is she's like, I mean, look at how her chin is up. Her nose is almost up in the air. Some might assume that she's like, what's the word I want to, not uppity, but you know what I mean? Like they might assume that she's full of herself, but she's not. She's just knowledgeable. She knows who she is, right? So, and this being a Major Arcana card says to me that this is significant energy that you either want to bring in right now, or if you're in it and you're aware of it, own it. Because this is empowering energy to have right now. This is an empowering card to have right now. You have all of the knowledge that you need. You have all of the intuition that you need to move through the situations you need to move through right now. And you can do it from a place of authority and awareness without having to sort of sink down to the, the lower vibrations of whatever this situation may require of you, right? Because this High Priestess, she is the High Priestess. She ain't the Low Priestess. There ain't no Low Priestess up in this bitch. She is the High Priestess, right? People bow to her. She doesn't bow to anybody, kind of thing. So keep that energy about you. Keep that awareness about you. Keep that, you know, that knowledge about who you are and trust that, own that, and live from that place right now. You couldn't be in a more empowered position. And this is about, she doesn't need to prove herself to anyone. She's secretive. She's sort of like, she's kind of like got the power of intuitive knowledge on her side. Does that make sense? Don't mess with that. Kitten, no. All right, so let's see what's going on for Heidi Phillips. Heidi Phillips, you get the 9 of Pentacles. So this is a really abundant card. Pentacles is the element of earth and the energy of sort of material wealth, that sort of thing. We have a woman in a field. She's fondling her grapes. Everybody loves a little grape fondle once in a while. There's nothing wrong with that. I think that to me there feels like there's an abundance to this card. There's an opportunity for growth to this card. There's also an opportunity of harvest. This card is always about sort of good things coming to you and coming to you in a very like sort of abundant manner. So I hope that's what you're experiencing right now. If not, if you're feeling like you're struggling, I want you to take heart in the fact that this card says that there could be some abundance coming your way in the near future. And I feel like with this home in the background, it could be around surrounding your home situation. I don't know why I'm being pulled that direction, because I would think that this would just represent a general overall abundance, but the castle back here is saying to me that it could, I feel like it's going to happen around your home situation. So if it's not already happening, allow sort of this abundance to come in. You've done the work. Like when I look at these grapes, right? I'm thinking of the idea that she's tended to these fields for a long time. She's done the work. She's put in the time, the toil, the struggle, the material resources, the brain work, all of that to sort of grow these crops to this beautiful fruit. So now it's time to sort of enjoy that and allow yourself to bring that in. Acknowledge that from a very material-based, earthy level and embrace it. Own it. Don't move on to the next thing and go, okay, now what else is broken? Be like, no, you know what? I earned this. I worked for this. I did a damn good job. Now I'm going to enjoy it. Allow yourself to have that moment of pause to really enjoy what gifts are either being given to you at this time or about to be given to you. You have worked hard for them. Oh, awesome, Casey Ray. She says, resonating presently, Dan, with that big bingo Yahtzee. Yes, girl, just sit in this power, dear. There is a wonderful power to the High Priestess. Okay, so now I'm going to get into Jess Raymer. Let me put these cards away, because this is going to be a long one. If you guys please would stay and watch Jess's, because Jess has sat and watched through all of your guys's. We're going to do the final Triple H reading. This is the big reading of the night that everybody wants. Well, that you think you want, but everybody's so hungry for cards, they ask for free cards, and they don't even realize this is being given away at the end. So this is the Triple H, which is the head, heart, and health, with an overall energy. So I need to shuffle the decks really quick. Give me one moment, please. And some of our old favorite decks are going to be back, guys. If you've forgotten about them, they're back. We're going to say hello to them again. So for Jess Raymer's head, what kind of head does Jess Raymer have? Ah! Just kidding. Let's see. Jess Raymer. Where's her head at? Sean Cyclone. Where's your unicorn now, Sean? All right, so this is for Jess's head, which we hear is impeccable. I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, guys. I have the sense of humor of a 12-year-old, so you're gonna have to watch out. Between me, Ducky, and Andrew, and Sean, and all of us, we have the sense of humor of like preteen boys. So this is for Jess Raymer's heart. Does Jess need to know about her heart? Up my ass. Oh, that's where the unicorn is? Oh, awesome. I wouldn't even know. I can't feel it. I can hardly feel it. Are you sure it's in there? All right, let me see. What's going on with Jessica's heart? Here's your card for your heart. Ah! Shit. Deck down, deck down. Alright. Well, that was bound to happen with all the decks that I have out right now. Okay. And health for Jess Raymer. Deborah, we're doing the final reading tonight, dear. You're going to have to tune in another night to find out about your health at this point. So this is for Jess Raymer's health. And then overall energy, please. God, cards are flying everywhere, guys. This is a mess. It's a mess! Sonny! Alright, let's see here. For Jess Raymer's energy, what does she need to know? I think I need a bigger desk. That's what I need to know. Hi, Tony Sen, how are you? Okay, so this is your overall energy, Jess. All right, so let's look at this really quick. So first we're going to start with your head. Tonight is the Triple H hour, so we give away one reading at the very end, and it's the How I Can Help You hour, and then we do a big reading called the Triple H, which is your head, heart, health, and then your overall energy. 1 second as I pick up all of these cards that fell on the floor, because I don't like cards to lay on the floor like this. It's not appropriate. It's not respectful of the cards. Okay. I just want to put the cards back where they belong really quick. Give me 1 moment, guys. Sorry. Back in your box. Thank you. All right, so this is your head card, Jess. So this is the Seven of Cups. So this is a... Let me look at this for 1 moment. I feel like things are in order mentally for you right now. I feel like there's a strong focus on keeping things like together, keeping things normal, keeping things balanced, keeping things in a state of like with an emphasis on sort of healing ourselves or keeping our thoughts clean and pure. When I look at this, and especially around our emotions, because cups deals with the element of emotions, but when I look at this cup sitting on this central like saucer, this sand dollar saucer, and then this green ribbon, this makes me think of healing. So I feel like we're healing our emotions through our mind right now. We've been working at sort of balancing our emotions in our mind, in our headspace, and getting them sort of clear and healthy and in a really good place. The green and the pink background make me think of the heart chakra, which says to me that you've been doing a lot of work here mentally, like sort of, I don't know, I want to say like lining everything up. This singular cup, even though this is the Seven of Cups, feels to me like you've just been trying to find a lot of balance emotionally through your mind, right? Like trying to come to terms with your emotions, with your mind. And it's been successful, I want to say that too. Like this to me feels like there might still be some work to be done, but the work that you've put in has brought about a centeredness and I almost get this sense of peace from this card. It feels like maybe it wasn't so peaceful in the past mentally and emotionally, and you've worked kind of hard to get yourself to a place where things are better at this time, okay? Now let's look at your heart card really quick. 1 moment, I'm going to set that down there. So your heart card, oops, she's upside down, I'm going to flip her right up. I am limitless. Like a gentle cloak there is intelligence, creativity, and unfathomable potential within me. I am limitless. So I'm going to say this, Jess. When I look at this heart as your heart card, I'm going to slide this over for 1 second. When I look at this as your heart card, she looks a little over it. And even though she's saying I am limitless, it's interesting to me that she has this octopus sort of wrapping around her. To me, I feel like this being your heart card, I actually don't feel, I feel like you're getting to that place of feeling limitless, but it's taken you a large part of like you've worked very hard mentally to kind of get things straight, and they're not fully straight yet. That's why I feel like this octopus is sort of, do you see how it's hanging around and wrapping around her? Like there's still some work to be done. There's still some opportunities to fix something. Like I don't know if you're mending a broken heart, if you're like, to me this feels like this could be like the memories of a past relationship that still sort of is clinging on to the heart, and you are trying to get to this place, like you do believe that you are limitless, you do believe that and it's this idea like a gentle cloak, there is intelligence, creativity, and unfathomable potential within me. This is the gentle cloak, is this green ribbon that's going through the mind card, right? This is you being gentle with yourself and sort of taking care of yourself to get everything into like sort of mental and emotional order. And you've worked really hard. It's not fully there yet for you, but you have done a really good job. She's also got this sort of over it face. Like she's kind of like, you know, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's time to move on. Now this is your health card. Your health is guardian. Let me look at this. It's master number 44, which is kind of cool. I want to say this. It feels to me like you are your own guardian. When I look at this as your health, is you've really had to sort of protect yourself and come into your own strength. 44 being the master number and 4 being a number of stability, it means that you've really had to double down and really bring in this stability to sort of actually protect your own health. There's a reconnection to yourself spiritually that I feel like this little woman in the boat, again, the boat denotes like sort of being on the water, which would be the emotions, and being lit up. This is like the light of the soul to me in some way. This little person right here, this sprightly like kind of person is like sort of talking to you. To me, this might be the voice of the soul or the spirit within your heart kind of talking to you and telling you, okay, we need to like sort of guard ourselves. We need to protect ourselves. We need to stabilize ourselves. I hope this is making sense. I don't know if this is making sense to you. But to me, that's what I'm seeing here, is that like you have to be your own sort of guardian and do it with a mastery. Like you're learning, there's something you're learning here through all of these cards, through this hard time, through this sort of heartbreak that has grown you in a way that you're not fully aware of yet. That is the I am limitless that's here. You're going to understand when you're done with this work, or when you get to a place where you really sort of this work really settles, that you are your own guardian, that you have brought in this mastery of being your own guardian and improved your own overall health, your heart, your mind, and you've worked hard to get there. Now this last card is your overall energy. Let's see what this is. This card shows up all the time. This is Upon a Star. And so I always say this with this card. I hear that Disney song, when you wish upon a star, your dreams come true. And I feel like the star that you're wishing upon is you, Jessica. I shouldn't call you Jess. I don't know if that's even how you like to be called. But Jessica, I feel like you are the star in all of this. You are the bright being, right? It's this little voice here in this Guardian card. It's this green ribbon that runs through the 7 of Cups. It's this like sort of over it woman that we have here in the heart card, right? You've always been sort of this strong, beautiful essence that is finally being acknowledged and shining. And I think that this Upon a Star means that the more that you continue to kind of acknowledge this light within you, the more you're going to be able to shine it brighter, the more you're able to appreciate it, the more authentic it becomes, the more your dreams do come true, right? Your awareness, the more limitless you become in your heart. and your mind becomes clearer and even more defined and even more abundant and even more, everything looks like it's sort of, you've worked hard to get through whatever it is you've been through, and you're starting to see the sort of payoff of that. But it gets even better with this Upon a Star card. Oh, that's fine, Jessica. I'm just glad that I'm making sense to you. So good, you have been working hard. So this says to me, shine, dear. Like, allow that light to sort of shine. This is kind of where you're at right now, and I think that you're starting to really understand that with this Seven of Cups. There's still, you know, like some fine tuning to be done. It's not perfect, right? But there is a strength, even in this I Am Limitless card. The octopus kind of makes me feel like there's a few things that you might still want to let go of. Like there might be something holding on there at the heart level that we might need to, you know, remove, but you have strength there. And so I think you're in a really good place, and it's only about to get better. Mentally, emotionally, health-wise, to me, and I'm not a doctor, obviously, so, you know, never take my medical advice over professionals. Not that this is medical advice, it's not, it's a reading, but to me, it looks like the work that you've put in is paying off, and you need to continue to do that, continue to shine, continue to open, you know, understand your own strength, your own, limitless potential, and guard that too. Like, be your own guardian, be your own sort of advocate in a way. Hey Denise, how are you? Long time no see. Awesome. You're welcome, Jessica. Thank you for being so patient and watching everybody else's readings. So you are the winner tonight. You won the Triple H. You guys, I'm also available for one-on-one readings. If you ever are interested, you can message me on my business page at Facebook or direct message me on Instagram. You can follow my Instagram at Engelgeist333. You can also support me at my Patreon page, which is also Engelgeist333. We have the daily forecast goes up a day early over there, so you get to see it earlier than it broadcasts in the morning of the day of. You can see it the day before. And there's other other readings if you go higher up in the subscription prices. So that's available to you. If you like any of the decks you saw, go to my unboxings videos on my YouTube channel and utilize those links in the description boxes to purchase these decks from Amazon. I get a small percentage of the sale. So if any of these decks have compelled you and you're like, oh my god, I love that deck that he worked with, I want to find it, I want to buy it, in my unboxing videos playlist is all of these decks. So you can find them and you can use the link, and then I get a small percentage. That's another way to support the channel. You're welcome, Cindy. Blessings to you too. And if you guys could just like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you choose to. I greatly appreciate it. Let your friends know about me. And that is your Triple H hour, guys. Okay? We do these usually on Tuesdays. There will be a charm night, I think Friday. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Friday. I don't know that we're going to keep doing them 2 nights a week because it just doesn't seem like it warrants it. So we'll see. I mean, if there's popularity for it, then I'll bring it back 2 nights a week, but we'll see. Okay? You're welcome, Charlene. You're very, very welcome. Oh, that needs to go back before I put that away. Thank you, Shirley A. Hart. Next time, hopefully you'll get a card. If you hit the like button and the follow button on my business page, it will let you know the next time I go live and do this. If you come in early enough and ask, I can probably get you a card. It's just I can't do everybody. Well, I could try, but you don't want a shitty reading from me by the time I'm starting to get tired. So, all right. So that's your how I can help you hour, you guys. Thank you, Sean. Thank you. You have a great night too. So Friday night will probably be the charmings this week, because Fridays seem to be like more full. Thank you, Tammy, by the way, for that present for Arthur. Arthur will eat this month because you sent him that. And I think that's it, you guys. I have a couple of new videos over on, I did a small charm haul video live today. If you want to look at that, that's over on YouTube now, or it's on the business page. I also did a pick a card in conjunction with V11 Crystals and her page over on YouTube. So if you go over to YouTube, it's how your luck will manifest in the month of March, and then you go to V11 Crystals, and she does a pick a card for what kind of luck will you have, right? So it's sort of they're conjoined. It's a collaboration. So you can look at that. I still have, the March Taroscopes are up. You guys can look at those. There's also the daily and weekly forecasts and all of that. So you guys can look at those too and have your way with the pick a cards and whatever. All right. You guys have a great night, and I will see you. You're welcome, Casey Ray. I will see you guys this week on Friday, and I'll see you again in the morning for the forecast. Okay. You're welcome, Lake. You're very welcome. Thank you for staying for the whole time. Not like getting a card and ditching. But you don't do that, Lake. You're always at the morning forecast every morning. I know you. You don't do that. So you guys have a great night. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm sorry, Amanda, that I wasn't unable to get to your question. I did see your requests, but it's just I can't get to everybody every time. But I will try next time. So you guys got to just come in early and put your hands up. I'm trying to get as many people in as possible. All right. Have a great night, you guys, and I will see you later. All right. Bye-bye.